In 1982 or 3, when the long government bond got to 15%, a company that was earning 15% on equity was worth no more than book value under those circumstances, because you could buy a 30-year strip of bonds and guarantee yourself for 15% a year. And a business that earned 12% was a subpar business then. But a business that earns 12% when the government bond is 3% is one hell of a business now, and that's why they sell for very fancy prices.
So 3% is a long way from 15% that you were just talking about. But
I watched it go from 3 to 15, though, too.
Right. Is there an inflection point on that way? Because people think, oh, my gosh, we've gone from 2.4% to 2.9%, and that's a big difference.
That's not much.
Historically speaking, that's still the way we should be measuring these things, not on the absolute movement or the percentage gain movement over time.
2.4 to 2.9 is nothing if you're comparing it with businesses that earn 12% on equity and reinvest. And the S&P, you can just look at the figures for decades, has earned on tangible equity, it's earned a lot more than that, and it translates into higher prices, and it should.
Is there a tipping point along the way, or is it a gradual decline in terms
Nobody
of these
knows.
things?
Yeah, but it is gravity. I mean, if you told me interest rates were going to be 15% next year on long bonds, you know, there's a lot of equities I wouldn't want to own now, and I would buy a lot of governments at 15, and I kind of wish I had it in 1982, but I didn't.
If I told you that the long bond was going to trade at 4.5% to 5% next year,
it makes a difference. But it's been idiotic to own long bonds during the last. You know, I talk about this in the report in terms of it's just been idiotic, and big public pension funds and all that, they sat there and they own bonds. Now, they may have bought them on a 4 or 5% basis, but if they go to a 3% basis, they're selling way above par. The way people think about it is they do some very silly things.
I mean, you lay this out in the annual report, but a lot of investors are told, retail investors are told, that they should have a certain percent of their portfolio in bonds. Maybe they're told 60-40, maybe they're told 70-30 stocks to bonds. That's something that you should do, and that's the safe way of doing it. What are they missing?
Some people should not own stocks at all because they just get too upset with price fluctuations. If you're going to do dumb things because your stock goes down, you shouldn't own a stock at all. No, I mean,
what are dumb things? Selling a stock because it goes down?
selling a stock because it goes down. I mean, if you buy your house at $20,000 and somebody comes along next day and says, I'll pay you 15, you don't sell it because the quote's 15. You look at the house or whatever it may be. But some people are not actually emotionally or psychologically fit to own stocks. But I think more of them would be if you get educated on what you're really buying, which is part of a business. And the longer you hold stocks, the less risky they become. Whereas the longer the maturity of a bond, the more risky it becomes.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.